This is one of those offensive performances that I'll never forget. What a game.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, straight.
Lance going to put it up right away. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He delivers another to Goddard, complete. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
97.
They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders, and he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Good running right there, and this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Lance to throw it. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Okay, ready?
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. That's going to be caught along the sideline. And what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. They go back to the ground with Sanders. Down to about the 22 here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 22, Lance. His throw incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Here's Lance. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And Lance now to throw. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Dallas Goedert. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Cook. Now fouled up. It's out. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Lance. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 26 yards. Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Cook again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They go play action with Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the football back at their own 17.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on the sides. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it.
Let's go now. Drill 52.
Second down, back to Sanders. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. Off of play action, here's Lance. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is brought in at the 21. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A Lance again here on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Play.
To throw, it's Lance. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
On the ready.
Play action. Now it's Lance. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Now Lance going to throw. And once again, this is Sanders. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll try to run for it with Sanders. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Here's Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. They'll roll him out right. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Up the middle, it's Cook. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it, and the running game is starting to pay off.
Again, it's Cook. And some room to maneuver. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Cook following the the penalty. And he's got some space here. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. Cook up the gut. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
On the sneak, it's Hurts. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know they didn't get it, but I kind of like the call. 2nd and inches, go right to the quarterback sneak. Normally, that should be executed better, shouldn't it?
I'm going to disagree with you. I don't like the call.
You don't like that?
That's just because they didn't get it, though.
Oh, okay.
Hindsight's 20/20.
2020 and never defeated.
Cook. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
Watkins alone on the left side. They throw it out right complete. Touchdown, Vikings. T.J. Hawkinson. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. No problem there on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And I believe he was able to get this back. He was. Boy, after giving up the touchdown, lucky that didn't turn into another.
I didn't do this in college, but I did it in high school. When you return kicks and you lose it yourself, the panic that goes through you and the determination to get the ball back, I don't even know how to describe it. And I think we just saw an example there.
Yeah, and the relief when you get it back like he did.
Yeah, you go to the sidelines, you know you're going to get...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Vikings are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
The first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
18 Randall. Buffalo 18.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Being chased out left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Hurts. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. No, it's out. Smith lost it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punch coming in, I don't have a return punch, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Let's go.
A give. This is Cook. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the fourth quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here first down. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. On play action, Lance. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
122 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. This one out quickly to Watkins. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Again, that's Watkins. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. Defensively, they were all over that. When he decided to keep it, there were a lot of eyes just darted on him.
I wonder if he followed the progressions properly there. I think maybe he really wanted to run with the football. Turned out not to be the correct decision.
And his kick is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Lance. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this ball's going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the 4th as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10.
19 tight.
Throwing is Hurts. It's complete left side to Aguilar. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 140 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They run again on first down. Cook. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They run it again with Cook. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Give to Cook out of the gun. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Handoff comes to Cook. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
19 drivers, 60 average, 60 average. Drop 60, drop 60.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
19. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
He'll look to throw. He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by Kaiser White. And the Eagles have just about sewn up this football game. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Here we go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's got this to Jefferson. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown, Charles, with very little time remaining, boy, it just sucked any energy and momentum out of the other sideline.
Yeah, take an incredible comeback in the final minute to bring this one back to even. A great series there offensively. They saw an opportunity to slam the window shut, and they followed through.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ground. And that one was picked up.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.